Hey everyone, welcome back. Professor Hank here. So today we're going to talk about how we can format output in Python by using fstrings. So let's jump right in. Okay, so for this video, we'll just use the idle shell. And the way we're going to format our output is we're going to use these things called fstrings. And fstring just stands for formatted string literal. So what this is going to allow us to do is to change the way that we display things on the screen to the users. First, let's just kind of get an idea of what they look like. So if we had some variable called pi, right? We had an approximation of 3.14159, and we wanted to print out the value of pi is, and then we show that value. We do that and we run it. You can see we've got the value of pi is 3.14159. We've got a little space in there. So we'd have to fix our separator, right? We would have to do something like this. We'd have to say, oh, separator equals nothing. Sep equals nothing. And then we can see that we got rid of that space, right? Now, fstrings have a slightly different syntax. So we can do something like this. We could say print, and then before we do our string, we put the little f in there. And then we say the value of pi is, but rather than doing what we did with the previous print statement, we're going to put inside our string here an opening and a closing curly brace. And then inside of that, we're going to put the name of our variable. So what I have is essentially just one argument that's going to my print function. So quite a bit more compact. Okay, so now let's talk about how we're going to format and how we can only show 2 decimal places. So what we're going to do is we're going to write our print statement like we did before, but here, right after our variable pi, we're going to put a colon, and we're going to put an F here, which stands for fixed point notation, and then we're going to specify how many decimal places that we want. So we're going to do something like 0.2. So this specifies that we're going to use fixed point notations, and then we're going to have 2 decimal places after that period. So when I hit enter, you're going to see that we formatted it to 3.14. Now, let's look at a couple of other options that we have. We might want to show commas in our number. So let's say that I had some number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 123,456. Now, if I was to print that out, you can see here that we've got that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's no comma there. Now, if I want a comma, then I can use an F string to do that. So I can say something like print F, the number is, and then I'll put the name of my variable, num, and then I'm going to put my colon just like before, and then I'm going to use D for decimal, and for the D, I'm going to put a comma there. All right, now let's close our string and then see what that looks like. So now you can see 123,456. Now let's say that num had some decimal places, and we can combine these ideas, and I had something like 123,456.789, and I only wanted to show 1 decimal place. Well, then I'm going to do something similar to what I did up here. And I'm also going to add my period and my 2. So, comma, period 2, fixed point notation. No, wait, we said we only wanted 1 decimal place, right? So, .1. So let's go ahead and enter for that. And you can see it's 123,456.8. Now, you might look at that and go, well, why does it say .8 and not .7? Because of rounding. Okay, now let's say that we wanted to have some leading zeros in our number. So what we would do is we could create our number, and let's say that it's going to be 72. And then we're going to go ahead and print out the number is, and then inside those curly braces, we're going to put num, colon, and we're going to say we want leading zeros, and we have to specify how wide the number is. So if I want there to be 4 leading zeros, then I have to specify 6, right? So you can almost imagine that 6 zeros gets printed out on the screen, and then the last 2 get replaced with the 7 and the 2. And this is going to be integer values only, so we got the D there. So I'll go ahead and close my string and my print statement, and now you can see 000072. So now let's see how we can display that number in hexadecimal. Again, we're not changing the value of the variable. We're just going to display it in a different way. So if I want to, say, show 15 in hex, then I would do my F string, and I could say the number in hex is, and then I'll do my opening, closing curly braces, I'll put the variable name, a colon, X for hexadecimal, and my closing quotes, and close my print function. And you can see there that the number in hex is F. Now, if we use a lowercase x, then we're going to see a lowercase character. But if we change that to an uppercase X, then you're going to see that it's displayed in uppercase. And then the last thing I'll show you here is how we can use exponent notation, E notation. And so you've probably gathered what the theme is here. You just have to specify right there with what is called a presentation type. This thing right here is how we specify, what we're doing. That's the name of it, this little thing that comes after the colon, the presentation type. Okay, anyways, so let's change our number to something really, really, really big. So let's say 12 quadrillion, I don't know, whatever this number is, right? So that's our number. And we want to display that using E notation, right? So you could think of exponents. 2.4 times 10 to the 300th power or whatever. And rather than showing this number 12 with all those zeros after it, we'll just use E notation. So we'll show how that looks. And the number in E notation is, and then we just use an E here. So how do we read this? This is read 1.2 times 10 to the 15th power. Okay, so that is your exponent notation. And you're not just limited to one variable in your format specification inside that string, right? So if I had a number, a couple different numbers, let's say that I had num1 equals 3 and num2 equals 4, then I could print F. The first number is, and then I'll just put num1 in here. And the second is, and I'll just put num2 in here. So you can use as many variables as you need to inside of this thing. So if I hit enter at that point, you can see that we've substituted the placeholder num1 and num2 with the contents of their variables. And then of course I could, format each of those individually as I want. So if I had num1 equals 3.14159 and num2 equals 2.771345 whatever, then I could print those out. And let's say that I wanted to format them to 2 decimal places of precision. Then I would do my colon dot to F, and then I would do my colon dot to F. Hit enter, and you can see we've formatted those guys to 2 decimal places of precision. So that's going to be everything that I have for you in this video. As usual, if you're a student of mine, you have questions about the content of this video or any of the other videos in our courses, feel free to stop by our online Zoom office hours or send me an email via Canvas. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.